Okay, dreamer, please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we have a new developers notes for March. Let me try to zoom in on the patch notes, on the developers notes. So we can, oh, I can't. Okay, anyway. Hi, this is Dev Kagura. In this developers notes, we will introduce you to the March update, including the delayed introduction of the Abyss items that we mentioned in the previous update. Okay, so there is going to be some delay for Abyss items. It's a good thing because I think there's really too much to do, too much to catch up, and introducing new things, new items, or new whatever at this point, it's going to be very, very stressful for players. I hope he gets that because it's something that we have all been, talking about actively over the past 2 months of drama, and I really hope he gets the idea, okay? But for this week, we do have an update. So the first 3 things in this week are that we are getting Ante. She's from the Hyde Reaper, okay, if you don't know her yet. I've already been speculating this since January, right? I was saying that Ante could be the prime special for January, but it turned out to be Eve because they decided to rush Eve. So turns out that in Korea server we don't really have any new 7 Knight of O or any new Abyss Apostle of the Abyss. So unfortunately, we do have Ante here. Of course, I guess he could have just waited. He could have released a regular special hero like Abel instead. But I think he's really trying to keep up with the 2 months, 1 prime hero every 2 months pattern. And yeah, we do have Ante. I honestly, I feel that right now, as someone who does not really spend on rubies, as someone who only farms for rubies, I think right now you need to start thinking about how you want to use your rubies. Rubies can be used in so many ways now, not just gacha, but also pet cheer rank up, pack cheer upgrades, right? So it's really, really pertinent. And we also have mythical awakened jewels, substat rerolls. So jewel count I think is slightly stressful right now. Okay, so yeah. I don't know how he can rectify that other than giving more jewels or maybe allowing more rubies, more ruby drops. But yeah, we gotta see. So anyway, Ante, and he did say that 1 Ante can be acquired without gacha. This of course gonna be like the dungeon, like the Eve dungeon. So probably after 30 days, everyone will get 1 Ante. Okay, and then we also have improvement of the buff block. So there will be improvements related to the blocking buffs that many knights have suggested. The type of buff blocking effect will be changed to debuff, which will allow removing the debuff to erase the effect itself. Okay, so the English honestly was a little confusing for me when I first read this, but I think I cleared it up in my head. So I'm gonna explain it to you guys. Basically what we have right now is that the buff block is a buff placed on your team, okay, your hero. Basically your Dylans, your Yonhee, and your Wukong have that buff, okay. And what happens is that when they get receive turn buff duration decreases, okay, when they receive that kind of effects, maybe from enemy Rudies or etc., the 6 turn count actually drops from 6 to 5 to 4 and so on. And that is why you may sometimes see that you are able to apply buffs at turn 4, at turn 5. Okay, or rather the enemy can also do that, right? Sometimes you'll observe this kind of very weird stuff happening. So it's slightly confusing. But what they are trying to do now is they're gonna make this a debuff, which means your Yonhee, Dylans, and Wukong will be applying a debuff on the enemy team itself. Which also means if your RNG is good, okay, this debuff can last all the way for 6 turns. However, you need to take note that Celestial Purification is a very big thing right now. So if your enemy does have Celestial Purification on all 5 of their heroes, this buff block debuff, okay, is going to end at turn 4. Because at turn 4, there's the cleanse happening. Okay, that's one thing you have to take note. The other thing is if your enemy does so happen to have a cleansing hero like Rosie, okay, who happens to use her cleanse straight off from turn 1, then the buff block debuff is also removed. So in a way, it is more variable, and same thing happens for you. Imagine you going first, and imagine you have a cleanse hero, and your cleanse hero actually uses the cleanse first. Then straight away, from turn 1, you will no longer have the buff block, and you will be able to cast buffs straight from turn 2. Okay, so that is one thing, which means the whole buff block thing is going to become even more variable, because there's so many factors now that can influence it, and you can cleanse it, you can remove it. It will no longer be affected by buff duration reduction because it is now considered a debuff. Okay, so just something to take note from that. And I think, in my opinion, I think it definitely allows more playing ground. Like someone like Rudy will probably be able to cast buffs much earlier than he should, and Reginlave can apply her Secret of Harmony effect even easier as well. So there's definitely going to be a lot more room to play around with, and it's a good move, I would say. Okay. Next up, we have Rudy's balance modification. So they finally realized that Rudy is slightly OP. Okay, so his skill nullification is going to be reduced. However, he will get 2 times more healing, which is pretty good. Okay, pretty good for a tank unit. And hopefully this itself can help to, maybe in future when we have other heroes like Platin, this itself can help to bring a more tankier kind of team back to the meta. Okay, that's one thing. And yeah, I think it's a good move, and I think this is also the first time we're actually seeing some sort of nerf on a hero skill itself. Okay, I don't know what the English is here as well. Believe water-based skill. Okay, but okay. Next week, we will have a new pointer star, and he's not gonna say much. Just new rewards, okay? The week after, we are gonna have Mythical Awaken May, which is super exciting because she's like the hero that doesn't have an awakened form, and she's probably the only normal hero so far in the whole game that goes all the way straight to Mythical Awakened form. Okay, that's really cool. I mean, she will have a new awakened form introduced, of course, in the middle, but yeah, she's really cool, and this is really exciting for me. I can't wait to see what she does. She is gonna be balanced for PvE content, which I'm totally fine, okay, but I'm not sure where, because currently we don't even have that much PvE content that needs to be improved on. Nothing is too difficult unless she's really there to be there for the future raid content that is about to come out. And there's also going to be Celestial Item Step Up Summon, which is going to be good. But most people are probably going to use their rubies here anyway. So if you do have extra rubies and you like Celestial items, then go ahead. Then we also have Event Territory, which I think in January. Wow, he's still in January. Amazing. When you copy and paste, at least do some editing. One thing is that I know many players have already expressed their dislike for event territories. I think this hasn't got to him. So I think in the next 7 channel, this has to be one of the comments that he needs to get. We don't want event territories, okay? And then we have Special Dungeon where we can earn Substat stones. I think this is not too bad. Okay, so that's all for our March updates. We have planned to introduce the Abyss items in March, which was postponed before. However, we guess it can be stressful because Abyss items should be newly acquired. Therefore, we are preparing a new Enchanting system instead of the Abyss item, and we are expecting it will bring various strategic changes. We will discuss the equipment introduction in more detail in the following developers notes. Again, everything is incredibly unclear. On one hand, they are saying that there will be a new system to replace the Abyss items that will be introduced. Okay, and then on the other hand, he says that they will discuss in equipment introduction in more detail in following developers notes. So is Abyss items coming or not? Okay, and then I feel that this enchanting system has the potential to really let you craft heroes and items even more, which means it's something like, I would say it could be something like additional substats. Okay, having additional substats on your current equipment, which means there could be new currencies. Okay, so it'll just be a new layer of differentiation and hero customization. So while I am very positive, okay, I welcome hero customization changes a lot, mechanics, okay, game features that allow you to edit your heroes bit by bit to make it different from other heroes, which is a good thing. But I'm more worried about how we can actually acquire materials or whatever that, you know, will be needed for this enchanting system. And of course, again, it is another level of another tier basically of difficulty of grinding for the game, which we really, you know, I'm not sure, I don't think we really need it right now. Like, things are just settling, you know, things are just settling, especially after the Myth Jewel update. Things are still just dying down. Okay, so yeah, and I feel that he should also have Hero Remakes. I was really looking forward to a Hero Remake, maybe from Mist, Lu Bu. You know, these heroes can potentially be remade to be a lot better. And I was also and seeing that Rudy has actually gotten a modification, I do hope that Fenrir does get the same treatment, because I think his HP control is really just too much right now, that it really blocks a lot of potential mechanics from happening. Okay, I think the HP control is just really too much. So through the lessons learned from the Battlefield ban system, we will update the new system to minimize your stress. I really hope he means it. Okay, I really hope he means it. The things that I see that he has caught on are this two, maybe this buff block. Okay, this one he really has caught on to it, so I'm appreciative of that. Hopefully, you know, I can only say I hope things get better. Right? I don't know how much it can be better, but you know, it will take time, and it will take a lot of time to regain the confidence and trust of the players. Which I don't know if he really intends to do that, you know what I mean? Like, he's just going forward with a lot of his plans that I'm sure the team has already planned way ahead, and things are just things have taken a twist for sure in the past few months, so we'll see how it goes. I don't think the comments here are very friendly. Okay. Yeah, I don't think no one is going to be supportive. Basically, Prime Heroes are probably one of the biggest issues now, because of Ruby count and the difficulty to get them, which, you know, is definitely a problem. Okay, even though, you know, he has introduced a way to get them guaranteed after 30 days, you know, I think people still would like to get one of the copies, one of the Prime Heroes as soon as they can, and I think the cost is the biggest issue. Yeah, hopefully, you know, he can actually do a discount, just a special discount for certain Prime Heroes. I would say that could be one good thing. Yeah. So let me know what you guys think of the developers' notes. Now, generally, I'm still not overly negative. Okay, I'm still not overly negative. I'm not going to be a person whereby I will take any opportunity to shoot someone else. Okay, I will not be that person that is going to hate for the sake of hating. I'm not going to nitpick on a lot of things. Ultimately, I think it is still a game. Okay, there are things, and it is still a game, and it is also a business. Okay, there are things that are meant to tier players. Not everyone can be the same. Not every player will be the same at the same level. Power creep is another thing. Power creep is something that the developers have to balance themselves. Okay, so that is something that he has to look into. But ultimately, I feel that there are many mechanics. There are certain things that will be harder. There are certain things that will be easier. You know, ultimately he needs to find a way to balance everything so that even though when people don't get the prime hero that they want, you know, the game is still playable. People don't get discouraged, right? I think that's the most important thing right now. Okay. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think, and if you have any comments, leave them in the comments section below. Big shout out to my channel members, ZMD Phoenix, Andy Sida here, and Reggie Bautista for the support. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much, and see you!